When the Middle East's first oil well was discovered in Iran back in 1908 in the city of Masjid Suleiman, no one could predict that this black gold would one day become the main pillar of Iran's economy. The nationalization of Iran's oil industry by Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh in 1951 drew public attention toward this lucrative sector. Now 59 years from the nationalization of its oil industry, Iran hosted the 15th International Oil and Gas Show to share its achievements with others in this industry. Iran Oil and Gas Show is one of the top 5 biggest oil and gas events in the world.
More than 400 foreign companies from 32 countries are taking part in this year's exhibition.
I think the 6th or the 7th year that we are present here at the Iran Oil and Gas Exhibition. It's a very important exhibition for us, the most important in Iran, and Iran is a very important market for us, so we always like to be here.
So China and Iran, we have a good relationship, and we cooperate very good. So for Iranian requirement is our goal. So we want to improve our business better in Iran in the future.
Iran has 11% and 16% of the world's proven oil and gas reserves respectively. Accordingly, analysts say Iran's oil and gas industry is so lucrative that cannot be ignored easily despite the threats of sanctions.
Iran market has been so stable so far, and because of free water availability and inexpensive workforce and all the other investment potentials in Iran, we have not felt any tangible effect from our limitations other companies are going to are going to file for Iran.
I think the potential here is huge in Iran. There's a massive oil fields that can be further explored, and we offshore as Barco would like to be part of that. So that's the main reason for our presence here.
Iran's oil industry worth investments. Okay, because it's growing, it becomes more popular day after day, and I think Iran has future in this industry in the world.
Now one question remains to be answered. Is Iran's oil industry capable enough to produce its own equipment if new round of sanctions is imposed against the country?
Iran's major oil companies believe that sanctions have helped the industry.
If sanctions continue for 5 more years, we are sure that we will be able to manufacture 95 to 100% of our own equipment and spare parts needed for the oil and gas industry.
In excavation, exploration and refinery sectors, Iran is doing pretty well and has least dependency on the outside world.
Such international oil and gas shows provide a good opportunity for international investors to find a market which is safe enough to count on.